guys, Joe Pascal here, joetoproathlete.com, back again with part 2 of our Core Foundation series. And today we're going to talk about muscular imbalances. One of the most common muscular imbalances that we see is this forward head, forward shoulders posture, because muscles in the front of your body are stronger and tighter than the ones in the back. It's repetitive use really that causes these, right? So I'm driving in my car, I'm sitting on the couch, slouched watching TV, I'm typing on my computer 8 hours a day at work. Or then I go to the gym and I do push-ups and I overwork the front of my body. Here at Team No Excuse, I train a lot of these MMA athletes that are punching all day long, right? Thousands of times of pushing forward, internally rotating at their shoulder. We really need to stretch pec minor, front delt, internal rotators in my shoulder, and all this stuff in the front, and strengthen a lot of this stuff in the back. External rotators, the lower part of my traps that are going to actually pin my shoulder blades down and back instead of letting me punch forward like this. Rhomboids, rear delt. I have a few exercises for you that are going to help a lot. Let's get into those. Okay, the first exercise I really like to combat that forward shoulder problem is a wall slide or angel wing stretch. This is going to give you a chance to do a lot. We're going to strengthen those muscles in the back that I told you externally rotate and pin your shoulder blades down, but we're also going to get a big stretch all along the front of your chest and shoulders. I can do this exercise standing against a wall, or if that's a little bit challenging at first, gravity will assist me here if I lay flat on my back and do the same thing. So watch as I come to the wall, I put my heels, my butt, my shoulder blades flat against the wall. I want to make sure I keep my abs engaged because otherwise I want to cheat and arch my back. So we're going to kind of keep flat all the way up, back of my head against the wall. Place your hands in front of your chest like you're going to say a prayer, and then we're going to just slide them out. Put your elbows, forearms, back of your hands against the wall as well. At this point my forearms are pretty much straight up and down, and I'm going to drive them straight towards the ceiling, nice and slow. Keep those abs engaged so I don't cheat. And reverse it, nice and slow, forearms up and down, not out here like this. Shoulder blades pinned down and together. I want to make sure that I don't elevate my shoulders as I come up and down here, that they stay anchored by those shoulder blades. Maybe 3 sets at 10, count to 10 seconds for each slow rep, and there's your wall slide. Another exercise that can really help you with this problem is a rotated shoulder pec stretch. A really common stretch that people are going to show you in the gym is to take your arm about 90 degrees here and place it against the wall or inside a doorway somewhere, anchor and turn, and that's going to help you stretch across your chest, and that's great. But we said that our internal rotators are tight, so I'm pulled this way instead of this way. So it makes sense to actually stretch towards external rotation as well before we open up and stretch that chest. What we're going to do is put that same starting position, 90 degrees out from your shoulder, rotate your hand back as far as you can take it. And then from here, anchor that elbow inside your wall or door or whatever you have, and turn away and feel that big stretch. And since this is a static stretch designed to actually increase your range of motion or the length of those muscles, we need to hold it for at least 20 or 30 seconds. Dynamic stretching is one thing, we move through those quickly, but they're not going to give us the flexibility benefits of holding that stretch. Your body has chemical stretch inhibitors that protect you, right? So that you don't all of a sudden get pulled into a crazy stretch and pull a muscle, injure yourself, break bones because you can't support it, whatever might happen. If we hold a stretch for at least that 20-30 seconds, our body runs out of those chemical stretch inhibitors and we're able to release and relax a little bit more and get additional range of motion. Okay, next exercise. And so far we've been talking mainly about stretching. But we're not going to correct this imbalance unless we also strengthen some of the muscles that have fallen behind and are too weak. Specifically right now, we're talking about your external rotators. I've mentioned that a few times in this video already. And internal rotation or external rotation. You also hear people talk about their rotator cuff. So what the heck is this? Your rotator cuff is 4 little muscles that sit in a cuff around your shoulder. Some rotate in and some rotate out. Those ones that go out with this forward head, forward shoulder deal are the ones that are too weak. So we need to do external rotation exercises against resistance. There's a million different ways to do that, different angles, different types of resistance. Today I'm going to show you with a band. I can anchor this anywhere and I can do lots of different external rotator exercises with it. The first one, we're going to go right at 90 degrees. I want you to set perfect posture, shoulder blades down and back, abs engaged, that string at the top of my head pulling me up. And that kind of pulls me back where my elbows are going to sit into this little pocket. I want to stand sideways to the anchor of my resistance. Don't let this elbow move. It's on a golf tee and it's going to just kind of spin as I rotate my humerus, this big bone here, my upper arm, straight from my shoulder. If I'm doing this right, it'll actually feel like I can't go very far. You'll want to cheat. You'll want to extend your elbow to go further or move your elbow to go further. And I want you to fight that, stay right in place, engage your abs so that you stay facing straight forward and you don't rotate with this. We'll take a look really quick. I said you can do a lot of angles, so here's 90 degrees. I could turn my body a little bit and hit this at 30. Keep turning, come to here. Really anywhere where the resistance is as my hand goes back and not forward. The last exercise that we're going to go over today is a trapped 3 raise, or an exercise to strengthen the lower portion of your traps. A big part of this forward head, forward shoulder problem is that my traps, especially at the top, up here where they connect into my neck, are super tight. They want to jump in and help and do everything. But you're also not giving your traps enough credit. They don't stop there at your shoulders. They're shaped like a trapezoid and they come all the way down here at the bottom of your shoulder blades. So we need to strengthen that lower portion that's going to pin my shoulder blades down and back and teach this stuff up here that it doesn't have to do everything. The first thing that we're going to get down for this exercise is my foot placement. So I'm going to offset my feet, bend my knees, and bend forward straight from the waist. I need to make sure not to let one hip fall behind and to keep my hips both square to the front. As much as you need to bend your knees to do that, that's fine. Bend at your hips, keep your abs engaged, and my upper body as a unit so that I'm not rounding my back. Boom. And you see here, I'm at the MMA gym today, so out on the mats, I have a heavy bag. This is what I'm going to support myself with. If you're at the gym, you can use a weight bench. At home, you can use a countertop, or really whatever you've got. But we get into this correct position. One hand goes here and supports my head. My free hand is going to hang down. First thing is to shrug my shoulder blade down and towards my spine. So that shrug can't come up here towards my ears, but it's actually driving that shoulder blade down and in towards the center. I'm supported on my bench, heavy bag, whatever you've got. So shrug, arm stays straight, upper trap stays relaxed. That shoulder blade is pinned and I keep it there as I drive that straight arm up as high as I can go and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Back down. Relax, so I'm releasing the shoulder blade. Shrug it back. I'm supported. When I come up, It's not going to be straight up, but don't let it be a T. It's as if I'm making the Y in my YMCA. That little bit of angle is going to help me target the lower traps, pin my shoulder blades down, and correct some of these imbalances.